some more mentors coming. Great. Hello, welcome to the first to the beginners or newcomer seminar. Well, how to scene for beginners. Let's start. Okay, what we'll do here, the few topics we have is we'll first introduce ourselves a little bit and the scene. Also, where does the scene come from? A little bit of history, a little bit only. What exactly are we doing here? Where is everything here, in case you haven't been around the whole venue? Then how do I upload my entry vote? And then other sources of interest for scene-related information, and a little bit of questions and answers at the end. So, let's start. First, the mentors here. One is missing currently, but we have one extra, which is great. I'm lambdacore. I'm in the scene since late 90-ish. More or less a fan of the scene. I'm not a creative person, but I'm a network builder. I'm an IT person, so I fall in the category of organizer. I'm organizing. I think I'm a co-organizer of four or five demo parties each year. So Revision is the biggest, obviously, and I volunteer to do this mentoring also because I know how it is to come into the big venue and don't know who do I speak to, what's this all about, etc. So feel free, if you find any one of us, to talk to us. Next one is Genesis.
Next one, yeah. My nick is Genesis. Is this on? Should be on. Oh yeah, thanks. Now, yeah, my nick is Genesis, and well, I've been around since 2013, being a bit in the mentor team for a couple of years. Still have a proper release to do, which is too bad, and which we'll get to, but some people also share that problem. Yeah, and I'm a coder, if that matters.
Hello, I'm TS. I'm active in the scene for, well, I think a bit more than 20 years. So it's actually also my 20-year Demoscene party visit jubilee. So what am I doing? I'm basically coding, sometimes also doing graphics, mostly PC, a lot of size optimizing stuff. I'm a member of Alcatraz and of Wursthupe. And I'm also part of a Nordic organizing team, a smaller party in the north of Germany. And if you have any questions, especially about coding, but also anything related to how does the party work, how do I find something, making contacts, whatever, just don't hesitate. If you see me, just call me.
Yeah, Nadine.
Hello, I'm Nadine. I'm in the Demoscene since 2011. Revision, when it was the first time here as Revision, because before that it was another Easter party, was my first demo party. So I'm a graphician and an organizer for a Norwegian party which is called Solskogen, and which is happening in July. You should all come. Best party in the summer. Yeah, if you have any questions, I had actually, last year I said that I know a lot of people because I'm a girl, so a lot of people are coming to me. And last year actually I introduced one of my friends to one who had a really crush on the stuff the guy's doing. So he was like, the whole rest of the party was like, oh, thank you that you showed me him, and thank you that you introduced me, and he was like really pleased. So yeah, if you have any crush on one of the Demosceners, I can show you probably. So I don't know.
And introduce you, so
yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah, also, if you see people, you know that who they are, you can go to them and just tell them that you love their stuff, because they love to hear that. So you don't have to be shy or anything to go to people and actually talk to them. I think there are really few people here who will tell you, please back off and go away. So
yeah.
Yes?
So no stars here.
All right. I'm not Mowgli. I'm Saga Musics. I've been in the scene for about 15 years, got into it through game development, more or less. Then went to my first demo party in 2008. And since then, I've also been getting to know more and more people every year. So if you need to get in contact with someone or like know about a certain topic, you can also feel free to ask me. I might be able to redirect you, or I can also answer a lot of questions about tracked music, since I do that a lot. I'm writing my own music tracker, so if you want to get started with music in the demo scene, feel free to ask me anything at the party or on IRC, after the party, during the party, whatever. I will try to help you as much as I can.
Okay, thanks. So, to get things rolling a little bit, can you run with the microphones to the people who... Oh, no, we don't need... Just keep the microphone. Okay, just to get a feeling, who's here? For whom is this the first demo party? Hands up. Oh, quite some people, great. Thank you for coming. I hope you have a great time. And I guess the other ones know how this is rolling, okay? Yeah. Okay, why are you here? Who just accidentally stumbled on the scene and said, hey, I need to go to a demo party? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, still, great. Who was dragged here by friends? Great friends you have. Any other directions? How do you come to a demo party? What's interesting you in that? Someone? Yeah, there's someone who needs a microphone. Yeah, but for the stream it's better.
We need it for the stream, that's why.
It's better, otherwise
I was forced to do it by my supervisor, so I just got here. He told me it's beer.
Yeah,
so
we
beer's
feel
fine, so thank you.
Thanks for coming.
You have a proper supervisor.
Okay.
Whoever you are, good job.
So, how familiar are you with the scene? We do have these people here every year. Who's familiar with the scene? Who's seen a lot, to a lot of demo parties? Any TRS-I members here? Yeah. Okay. Less experience? Who has just seen a few demos and looked at it? Okay. And who has absolutely no clue what's happening here? Great. You will see what this is all about. So, platforms of choice is like, what's your weapon of choice? Windows.
Does that count as DOS as well?
No, DOS is separate. Linux. Yeah. Wrong number, this is great. macOS. Yeah. Amiga. Great. C64. Also great. Old school. And who's doing something more exotic, like just give me a CPU and RAM? You're my man. Something else, like browser, WebGL. DOS? MSX. Yeah.
Perfect.
You're welcome. There are niches here. Yeah? There's certainly somebody here who's done things with it you cannot believe. We'll find them for you. Talk with them. That's one of the reasons you're here. What do you prefer? Who's a coder? Okay. Graphics. Yeah. Music, sound. Okay. Organizing. Yeah, there are some great. Or just boozing. Yeah, the majority. I thought about that. Anything else? Okay. So, the major question everyone gets asked, hey, do you plan to release something? Yes? Great. Soon? Okay, we're waiting for it. Well, there are some members of the scene who have not contributed that much. Think of truck.
And for those of you who aren't sure yet if they want to participate at this revision, and maybe you're thinking, oh, but I didn't prepare anything. There are actually some compos that will start on site. For example, there's the fast music competition, which will be revealed later today. The rules will be announced, and then, like, if you have a computer with you and some music software, you can take part in this without any kind of preparation. So this is one nice way of getting started.
And one other way for the more graphics inclined people is we will have a paint over compo, where you get a picture which was randomly created. Multicat nods. She's there. So anyone can take this picture, and if you see something in this picture, you can get it out. You can make this picture. So chances are equal. If you have some kind of graphics program, Photoshop, whatever, on your computer, you can take part. The rules will be. I think they are announced on the website as well. But the picture itself, where you can paint over, will be revealed later. So.
Before you go on, there is no option, and that's intentional, because you will do something. You cannot not do anything. That's just how it is. Live with it.
Yeah. So, one note, the scene has its own file sharing servers. So we have a central archive, scene.org, and usually the stuff you produce is shared there with everyone with a CC license or what you prefer. Just so you know, as soon as you enter a competition, you say, okay, I give a license to everyone to use to have this. So this is how the scene works. We share. Any expectations? What do you expect from this? I want to hear from you. Just get to know anything. Any special questions we should get into? Not yet. So, or? No? No?
No.
So if you have questions about anything, just ask. We will get to you with a microphone. So you just ask. Or the last slide will be just basically take your questions, and we'll try to answer them. Okay? So don't hesitate to interrupt. We are here for you. So, short history of the scene. So where does the Demoscene come from? For those who have not been here too long or haven't read about this. The real historians in the scene will forgive me a little bit to make it short here. So in the 80s, the area of the C64 and later Amiga, software was expensive. Games were expensive and hard to get by. So there was a flourishing cracker scene in mostly Europe, also the rest of the world, where they cracked the programs and games and put a little intro in front of it to say, hey, we cracked this, we're the gods, and these are our friends, and fuck the other ones. So out of that, they then later decided, hey, we don't need this game crap anymore. We need more space for our intros. It's getting tight on the disk. So they just dropped the wares, and they dropped the game content, etc., and said, "Hey, let's do just intros and demos, show what our platform can do." And from this, the Demoscene, came from. So it's basically showing what's possible on this platform, showing what's possible with your imagination, with your coding skills, and it is more or less about the skills. Show what's possible, and from that, we come to the Demoscene as it is today, with these many categories, many different platforms which we have, which is great, and it's always fun to see also to see new entries or new things happening on very old platforms. We had, I think 2 years ago, an entry with an 8088, which is a very ancient 8-bit processor from Intel, original PC, so it was great. So these things happen. Someone may find an old computer somehow or gets interested in some very, very obscure platform, and he makes something for it, and we live from this, and it's great. And so that's where we come from. Next, what are we doing here? Basically, we have a little bit of 3 things. Sports is basically also an event. So we have events. Everyone has heard about Compos. I will come to this on next slides. We have live acts, DJs, which will rock you or rock us, and seminars like this to all kinds of topics. For beginners like this one, or also very, very expert-ish seminars. Feel free to join the seminars. It's no shame to leave them, but try to avoid disturbing too much. That's the reason why the doors are shut, so so it doesn't get too disturbed here. So all seminars, live, etc. is free. Come in, have a look at it. If it doesn't float your boat, okay. But if it does, great. And also the ones presenting, they like to get comments from the people. They like to get in touch with the people. That's the reason why you do a seminar. Get in touch with people, show what you have achieved, and get people to talk about it. A major point, and the most major point for a demo party is meet people. We all see each other only on IRC and on the demo parties. And it's great to see each other, and you see a lot of hugging, you see a lot of shaking hands and say, hey, great to see you again, man. Because we love to see each other, and as we are so spread around the world, it's we don't see. I think several students I only see here at Revision or at other parties, so it's a very, very important thing. Also, as mentioned, if you have a crush on someone or idolize someone, like I did with Little Widget years ago, if they're here, find them, talk to them. They like to get feedback. If they took part in the competition, and you hear the song every day on your radio in the car on the way to work, tell them that makes them shine. It's really great. So go ahead, meet people. That's one of the main things we are here. Don't be shy. A beer helps, or two. Also, there's sports. There will be, I think tomorrow at 11 o'clock, there will be a 5-kilometer run. This one was shamelessly copied from the Trosak party in Denmark. So if you're sportly inclined, unlike me, you can take part. Also, if you're not fit, also take part. I finished last 2 years ago, so it's no shame. Take part, it's great. Pepper Schnaps at halftime is great, so have fun. Anything else?
One word about the seminars. They will be recorded, and that has been the case for the previous seminars in the previous years as well. You can find those on YouTube. Watch them. There has been great stuff in the previous years, and there will be in the coming years, so I definitely recommend you to have a look at that. And yeah, since this one will also be recorded, you can repeat it if you need to, or just show it to your friends, because next time your friends might be the ones answering, yeah, my friends brought me here.
Yeah. So, that's that. Compose. Yeah, the general rule of thumb is the compo entries will be watched before and to make sure everything works, and also they kind of do a little bit of pre-selection to build kind of a tension up. So it used to be for some compos that the better entries come last, but for some compos it will be other ones. But it's the rule of thumb. Don't be afraid. There will most certainly be weird entries, especially for people who don't know the scene. We have a lot of insider jokes. We have a lot of memes. We have a lot of things we laugh about, and for outsiders or for newcomers, it's very, very hard to understand. Well done, Kevin.
Yes, exactly.
So that's, yeah. Don't be afraid to ask. If you don't understand such a joke, such an insider, get to be an insider. Ask them what's all about. Someone will tell you. We love our jokes, we love our insiders, and they will most certainly tell you why Rob is jarig. So ask around. Also, this one is missing again. Great. Okay. Voting. There used to be a slide here about voting. We don't have a jury here. The jury are you. Jury are every visitor, everyone who has a ticket. So there's a code on here. You can log in. I will show later how you can get into the system. But we are all the jury. There's no one special here. We are equal. And for each entry, you can give between 0 and 5 points. If you don't vote, it's 0 points for this entry from you. So vote, please. Also, you can vote for every entry, 0 to 5 points, not just the first 5, but every entry. And you can vote either during the compo, while it's running with the app, or online on the Party Master website, or even after the compo. And you can also rewatch the entries or listen to the music if it was too loud or too noisy, or you had to do other things and weren't able to enjoy the compo or take part in the compo. You can rewatch the things and get a feeling from yourself. Also, the entries will be downloadable from a file server here, so you can rewatch them and download them and put them on your hardware, etc. So. Important thing, vote. Deadline is Monday, 10 o'clock. Please vote. The microphone is failing. So please vote then, and it's important, do it. So, where's everything? We can't go into every detail, but we'll tell a little bit about the general stuff. This is a map of the eWork. So we are currently here at the seminar area. The interesting parts are info desk. Everyone should know where it is, right next to the main entrance. You can go to the outside area via the ramp. There's a bonfire in here, in case someone hasn't noticed that there's some catering trucks here, but there's a bonfire here. Especially at night, it's very cozy and Finnish. Also, the toilet tunnel goes down here, stairs here. The beam team area is here, main stage is at the front, and if you have any network problems, network area and network team is right there, network area. Okay. There will be a tour of the party place. We have to think who will do it, but there will be a tour. Also, we will have some behind-the-scenes tours. They are in the timetable. If you're interested in a special part of organizing a demo party, join these tours. They're free, as most everything here is. And I would like to see you there and show you around what's it like to organize a demo party. We don't have secrets here. There's no secret council here reigning over everything. So we are open, and if you have suggestions or see some things which could be do better, give feedback to us. We will try to implement it. It has helped a lot. We constantly get feedback, and we get good feedback, and we're very, very much valued. So give feedback, please. General stuff. Safety first. So if there's an emergency, etc., if someone collapses or something, may happen due to the heat, due to not drinking enough, or drinking the wrong things, or substance abuse, whatever, contact NOR, contact team to this. You are free to also call an external ambulance, but please let us organize know that an ambulance is coming, and take care of yourself. If someone is collapsing, please take care of them. We are a big family. We care for each other, so please also do this, okay? So, demo parts are relatively safe places. As you see, a lot of people have laptops with them or other hardware. Basically, you can leave your stuff on the table. Inside the scene, there's very, very few thefts, etc. If something happens, let us know. It may be possible to locate people, but usually it's very safe here, so don't overstress it, but don't be too worried. As there are children here, or if you're a parent and thinking about should I bring my children here, yeah, you could. There are parents who do this. Please keep in mind, it's not an ideal place for children. It's not child safe here. Also, ear protection is immensely important for children if you bring them here. So please keep that in mind. Speaking of ear protection, there will be announcements suddenly, and they will be loud, so everyone gets up and looks, okay, what's happening here. Keep that in mind. If you have problems with your ears and hearing, etc., we ear protection all the time. It may happen that you run around you're in front of the stage, and suddenly it gets a boom, and you lose hearing. It's not good. So please take care of that. Yeah, okay, we'll be on later. So also inside the hall, please no smoking and also no vaping. It's a common courtesy. If someone is annoyed by the smell, especially from vaping, it's not good. And smoking is prevented due to fire hazards, so please don't do it, okay? We don't want to have the firefighters here. They have internal problems enough if you follow the news. Okay, also, there will be stickers. A lot of people have stickers with them. Also, they are in Infodesk. Feel free to use them on your own property, or if there's consent on someone else's property or on someone else. But please don't put stickers on any surfaces of the E-Werk. It's a historical building, and we have to pay for every damage here. So even if some paint gets scraped, etc., or there's something stuck on the painted surface, we have problems. So please don't put stickers anywhere. It's a major hassle to get them off. And the real party's outside. So there are sceners inside who do releases or socialize inside, but most of the sceners, as soon as the sun's going away, will be outside and enjoy the party outside. Also, it's a meme. Infodesk, yeah, located next to the entrance. We have beverage for reasonable prices, more or less the price we pay for them. You can get free earplugs there. So, hearing protection, earplugs, free there. Get them. You can have free coffee or tea, how much you want, no problem. You can even buy mugs for them there, or use the plastic ones, no worries. And you can buy T-shirts and some select IT stuff like keyboards, I think, or network cables. You can buy them there. Also, this is the main point of contact for you. So if you have a question, general question, whatever, go to the Infodesk. They will try to help you. They are there for that. And also, if you need to contact an orga, for example, if you need to contact an organizer, a compo organizer, for example, this is also one way to get the contact to them. Or use the party meister. There is a feature in it where you can contact the compo organizer. Also, you can reach us through that. They will know how to reach us in case you need a mentor urgently for whatever reason. Okay? The outside area, I already told you, next to the second stage. There is food stuff. There are food trucks for reasonable prices, I hope. Also, there are the shower containers. I will come to that later. We have a bonfire. And there's also a tent there for the smokers. If it should rain or if the sun is shining too hard, get into the tent. It's there you can smoke. There's central heating. There's a heater in it, and it has Wi-Fi, so everything you need. And it has fresh air, mostly. Okay, sleeping. Important thing. It's always first come, first serve. The main sleeping area is behind the big screen. You can also, if this is full, you can sleep in the area where you're sitting on your table or in the general vicinity at the sideways of the hall. So along these sides you can sleep, but please take care that the evacuation ways and the emergency exit needs to stay clear. So if you decide, okay, it's a good idea, there's a free space in front of one of the emergency doors, please don't sleep there. We will make you move, even in the middle of the night. Another possibility is in the toilet tunnel. It's quieter but cold, and you will have constant traffic even during night. So not very ideal, but it's the last resort, or if you like it, colder. Toilets, yeah, next to the Infodesk. There are tag boards in the toilet tunnel, so if you want to tag something or put a sticker or something, you can use these tag boards. These go down there. You will see them. These are things which are hanging from the walls. And we have also entertainment consoles. So there is a multi-console this year on the Commodore Pad where you can play. And also, there may be some seniors already playing. Join them. It's always fun to play together. Showers. The showers, we have a shower container which is in the outside area. please note, the showers are not open 24/7. There are certain showering hours where we will turn on the heating. So you can find this information, or you can ask this information at the info desk, or find it on the website. Speaking of shopping, yeah, Easter is a holiday here in Germany. So the only day during the party when you can go shopping, and there's shopping centers here, there's a Rewe, there's a Hela, and other shops. The only day you can do this is tomorrow, and tomorrow only. So if you need to stock up on something, if you forgot something, etc., tomorrow is the day. On Sunday and on Monday, all shops will be closed. So if you need special kind of whatever booze you prefer, tomorrow.
That also includes the cash ATMs.
Yeah.
So if you need cash, then get it there tomorrow while the shops are open, because today and all the other days those will be closed as well.
Yeah.
So you cannot get cash.
Yeah.
There are some cash machines further away, but they are not so easy to find.
Yeah. So in the shopping center there is an ATM, but it's only reachable when the shopping center is open. So this one will be a little bit impromptu. Brief introduction to Partymeister, and hand over to Genesis if you want.
All right, so I have not registered yet on the site, so just in case to do this, I hope nobody steals my key while I'm on the stream. That would be a shame. Auf die Register-Seite.
Oh, register, down there.
Uh-huh. Where's this?
There.
Oh yeah, I'm blind today, apparently. So put a panel there. I mean, we don't have to do this live, I think, but it's kind of useful to see how the Partymeister works. I don't have a group because I suck. Afghanistan sounds just about right, but I'll just fix it for now. Just put some key here. I'll put a password first, just to make it quick. At least it's not showing it, that's great. So I put the key here. You have to re-enter the password. Thank you. Yeah, see, this is the thing when your screen is too small.
It's a tiny screen. It's
a tiny screen for a tiny person.
Yes. That's the group field. That's the group field. Wrong field.
Oh, fuck this shit. Yeah, sure. Can someone... just someone else hold this and talk while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Because I need two hands. No, just do something.
Oh, okay. Come on, Mowgli. So we have Mowgli here.
Thank you.
And he can now say who he is and what he's doing here.
Hello, sorry for the late. So, my name is Mowgli. I'm quite a newbie on the demo scene. My very first demo party was in 2014 revision. Before that, I've only seen one demo scene related event, which was at late 2013 November in Hungary. That was a demo show. So after that, I decided to come to the greatest event. And the very same year, I've taken over the main organizing of Function. And since that I'm the main organizer of Function, luckily, I'm able to say in the past 4 years, I was part of this family. So Revision family, I'm responsible for the kitchen together with Moki, Beach, Frank, and the others. And this year is a big challenge for me because I'm also taken over the game development competition. And yeah, I don't know what else I should say. I usually am allowed.
Great,
yeah, that's me.
Yeah, thank you. So, Mowgli, also you can find him.
Yeah, so, anytime you feel you would have a question about what Demoscene is, or parties, organizing, competitions, how to code, what to code, music, blah, just feel to approach to me, even if I look like redhead and running. No, I'm just, not angry, but dedicated, so approach to me. I'm happy to answer anytime. Feel free to ask anytime. I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah, great.
All right, thank you, Mowgli. And while we delayed this a little bit, now I have an example here. So let's say you want to upload a 256 bytes compo intro there. There's a compo for that, I think the first time this year. That used used to be exclusive to Function, but Revision just... No, not exclusive, but they just copy good things.
Yeah.
Let's put it let's call it like, and this is not my phrase, we are the unofficial World Cup. Like revision for the 64K.
What you have to enter there is author. This would be the people that worked on it, maybe yourself, maybe your group. And if it was a group, you just enter that. Title, that's important. So entry information is something that will be shown on the big screen if you want your audience to know this works on stock IBM PC from 81 or something, then you can write this here. This is shown on the slide, and this can provide more information about your entry. If it's a music entry, that could be, I use this tracker and whatever sample generator, or for a graphics compo, what kind of tools did you use, Krita, Photoshop, even GIMP maybe, whatever it is. So all of your basic info goes here. Message to the organizers is mostly of interest when you have a runnable entry. For example, if it's a DOS entry, it might be, please definitely reboot the machine before you start it, or my entry will crash the machine when it exits, please reboot afterwards. Those things are useful, and yes, those things happen. I think we've had this a couple of times.
Especially for 256 byte.
Yeah,
but TS is the expert. So if you're interested in sites coding, especially on this level, 256 bytes or lower, speak to TS.
Yeah. So this part will not be shown, but this helps in the organizer showing your stuff. There are some, per entry or per compo, there are some options here. For, in this case, which kind of DOS do you need to run it? Some entries are hardware level possibly and don't even run in DOSBox, so you'd have to go for FreeDOS. And every compo is kind of special about this. So just check out your options that you have. And if you know your platform, you usually know what you have to tick. Then just upload the files in a zip archive, or in case of an Amiga, maybe an LH archive, whatever is the standard for that platform. Nothing too complicated here.
Also add a screenshot, please.
Yes, so this is very important. Add a screenshot, because there will be a lot of sensory overload here. People will not necessarily remember what you did after watching hours of compos and hundreds of entries. And a screenshot is a great aid to remember what you did and to provide a visual clue what it was. And if you forget to upload it, it's kind of your own fault if you get a low score, because that will inevitably happen, and it kind of happens every time when someone forgets to upload a screenshot. And then the not so nice part, you have noticed that everyone here is using nicknames because it makes sense, I guess. So it's a nice thing, but unfortunately for the entries here, as required by German law, you have to enter personal data. It's used, I think, for GEMA and various other necessities.
And also for the prices. So if you don't happen to be here when your flight leaves Monday morning and you're not here for the prize giving, we have a chance to contact you or maybe send you the prize. Okay, so please fill in the author data. As he said, it's especially important for music entries, as we need to check whether or not you are part of or you're part of GEMA or BM Stemra. And if you are, we may have problems or not. So please fill it out, and we need this information from you. Also, if you are uploading an entry for the group, you need the information, not for 256 bytes, but for 64K or any other music entry. You will need this information from the author of the music. So be prepared for this, especially the real name and real address of the person. If you fail to provide this, you may not be able to be part of this competition.
So this is the link I just clicked was for voting. So the live voting will show up here during the compos, and when there are 3 compos in a block, the older one will go away usually. So there is another category, another link there for voting after the competition has happened, and your votes of course carry over. You can either live vote or vote afterwards, but be prepared. For example, the 64K compo might have about 40 entries. That means maybe a toilet break, maybe not, and maybe you will remember the first ones or maybe you will not. So live voting is usually the better way to go, but if you think you can do this, you can of course also vote afterwards, so in case you miss something.
Also, you can change your vote anytime until the deadline. So If the competition starts and think, hey, wow, this entry really blew my mind, and I gave it 5 points, and 2 entries on, someone really overdid it and really pushed the limits, and they say, hey, this is the 5 point and not the other one, you can switch it, it's no problem. Until the deadline, you're free to change your votes. Yeah. So if you have any more questions about Partymice, about the voting system, etc., come to us, we will show you, or ask most of the organizers, most of them know the system. Also, it changes every year. So Dresa DFox is currently coding on it. I'm sure of it. It's always the case. Okay, so that's Partymice. Further sources of information. We sceners usually hang out in IRC. IRC still lives. It's very strong in the scene. You can find us on Incl. I have forgotten to include this information here. So Incl is this, and the channels for you, especially of interest, should be new sceners. I hang out there, and the other mentors usually. The channel revision is for the main party, and demo.ger is for the German-speaking demo community. I think there are also channels for other languages, so feel free to join them. Don't be overwhelmed by in the channel of special revision DemoGer. They may not be too newbie friendly, and the tone may be a little bit harsh. But don't take this they don't want to make you go away. It's just how things go there. So don't be disappointed. Don't be sad. There eventually will be someone who will give you good information. Same goes basically for the websites of Puerto.net especially. It's a forum bulletin board system and also a database. You may be dissed there, or if you put up your entry there may be some nasty comments, but that's normal-ish, unfortunately, in the scene. So don't be disappointed by that. Other websites. Scene.org is more or less our central storage site. There are several subdomains for Scene.org, for example, files.scene.org or file.scene.org, which is our central archive, where almost all known and all recovered entries in the complete history of the Demoscene are uploaded. So have a visit to that. Then there's wanted.scene.org, for example, where you can find if you need special help for your entry, or you can offer help, like, hey, I'm a musician, I just did something, I can offer that to communities, to someone who makes an intro, etc. You can find these people there. Apart from that, demoscene.org is a huge database with all known entries of the Demoscene. It gets expanded nearly every day as older parties as we get infos from older parties. Everyone can edit it, and you can also join this editor team. It's no problem. We love to get new people. Also, Slangbang. Slangbang is no, I wouldn't say Facebook, but it's a picture hosting service. So people who make pictures at parties, for example Saga or others, can upload these pictures there. And you can, for example, if you want to know how a scene looks like, so you can look up there for the for nickname and find this person. They're not marked on the photos, but on the photos in the subtitle there will be the name of the persons usually who are shown on the pictures. Also, you can see different venues there. For example, if you want to go to Outline for the first time, you can look at pictures of Outline to have a picture for you to know how it looks like usually. Sites of special interest are, for example, Shader Toy for people who are doing graphic shaders, like you may just saw in the Shader Showdown competition. Also for special communities like C64, there's csdb.dk, and for Amica there's Kestra. It's this rather long URL, and there I would say hundreds of websites to very specific platforms available. Also websites from single artists or single Demosceners where they collect stuff, etc. So it's a very huge community, but these are kind of starting points. If you have a question, especially for a special part of the Demoscene, just ask in one of the IRC channels, and someone may or will redirect you in the right direction. So don't be scared. Yeah.
I was approached to specifically mention this now to you because someone made that mistake. So the revision IRC channel and all the other mentioned IRC channels are inhabited, so to say, during all time of year. So it's not just open during the party, it exists all the time, all around the year. And even if there's some other demo party, people usually just use revision to talk for some reason. But yeah, so you can go there every year, ask your questions, seek help. There will be professionals for every area around. I mean, come on, they are. And yeah, so it's one of the greatest resources and sources of information you can get.
Recently, at least in the past 4 years, Slack channels has also become,
prevalent,
inhabited. Yeah. Let's call it like that. So, for example, Sourcekogan, which is a great Norwegian demo party, has its all their living Slack. They have a dedicated Slack for the organizers, but they have a Slack channel for the people who likes Sourcekogan, who's visitors, not just visitors, but people who are familiarized with Sourcekogan. So you should hang around with these people and ask around, because it's not IRC only anymore. Of course, I think it's a bad thing because I prefer IRC more, but Slack is also a source of truth nowadays.
Yeah. So, any more questions? Anything we didn't touch on you want to know? Now's the time. Can you thanks. Now it's time to say how much.
Chief. So I've got 2 questions about posting products. So if you have a unique hardware for which the organizers need to have the hardware to record the program.
Yeah.
So do we still need to post the source code of that hardware? Because without the hardware you cannot do anything.
Yeah, it makes sense in case this hardware is available. For example, it used to be a platform somewhere in Russia or so. It may be a good idea. It's usually so. Source code is a different thing from the release. So for most releases, at least that I know, you don't get the source code, but you get the release file, so the compiled stuff. And if you ask the demo group or the authors, you may also get the source code, but it depends heavily on the platform. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. The second question is, what if I post a release?
Yeah.
I sign up for a competition.
Yeah.
But I'm still working on it. So what's happening with the post?
So, yeah.
The question is that if it's an old school stuff or a new school stuff. Yeah, I think it's a bit awkward. I'm just, could you please bring back the mic? I mean, Jan, I like you. Okay, so if it's an old school stuff, but or should be recorded on a special hardware as you mentioned, then of course it will be difficult. There's the spot where Charlie, Gassman, and myself jump in. So most probably if it's a common old school hardware like Sinclair, Spectrum, C64, C16, I don't know, Amiga 500, Amiga 500, we will be able to do that. Though if it's really that special, for example, Mega Drive, you should bring your own stuff. Though, if it's really interesting, we will give you some space. So you bring your own recordings. We might consider if we will fire it or not. But it depends on release to release. So there's not a hard rule in it. Yeah. And you've been speaking about iterative versions. So we are prepared for that. So you say, us guys, I have an release candidate 1. Now it's working, not crashing all the time. Then we will make a video record 1 and save it for later. And then you can screw up your whole code base. It's up to you. And you maybe hit release candidate 2 or not, but we will already have a recorded version. And then you approach us, hey guys, I have got release candidate 2, then we make a second recording, and still at the end, you can decide, okay, guys, which one to run with it. I mean, but this is for the old school. New school should run on the real hardware combo PC. It differs from competition to competition. Same with $T would be able to tell tales about 256 bytes. I mean, I'm lucky enough. Function, I am not the one who running the competition, but it's like always, okay, it needs a cool hardware or a hot hardware. DOSBox or DOSBox X or free. It's a nightmare. That's the reason we are used to record these things. Yeah. Any addition?
Well, it's so far basically try to keep it compatible, but if you want to say it looks best on exactly this chip or exactly this DOSBox setup, tell it into the comment box of your uploaded release. And if you note that we can't provide the same experience or don't have a specific machine, the organizers will come back to you and say, can you please approach us, and we will make a reporting with your hardware or settings. Yes.
Also, and there's a reason why Partymeister also got this very important feature, like, comp organizers can directly communicate with you. So if you get a message, or if you already know that your entry is quite problematic, then you should be very keen on reading these messages and approach us. I mean, if we call you, this is your thing to do. I mean, make a test run. If we call you, please appear, and then we can solve the problems all together.
Also, for some releases, there may be a party version, which is shown at the party place and that is voted on. But for some things, the developers may see, okay, there are some bugs, I want to eliminate them, and then there's a final version. And both may be uploaded to scene.org, for example, and people can decide which they want to see and enjoy. Usually people download then the final version because they know, okay, it's bug-free, but there are also people, and we usually always upload the compo version. So this is also possible. Any more questions, or would you want to?
I wanted to add something.
Yeah.
I don't know if your question got answered by that. You did? Okay. Because I got your question a little bit different, or I thought you were talking about, sometimes it happens you start with a product here at the party, and then you have to upload something, so just so you are in the system, but then you decided to add something, then you can go into in the Partymeister, go into your entry, remove the zip file you uploaded already, and upload the new one. So you can do that all the way until the deadline. Some people here stretch that even more, so they have one until the deadline, and then they tell the organizers, I'm soon finished, I'm working on it, please let me do it a little longer. So then the organizers are reviewing what you did until now, and then it's just a couple of stuff more inside, so then it's fine. But that's something you have to talk to the organizers to. So you can't take it for granted that you are allowed to do that. It depends really on what you're working on. So yeah, I thought that was maybe more your question. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Absolutely clear.
Any more questions?
Even more to add. Great.
Well, so, and even if you've just barely succeeded in submitting your entry right before a deadline, it just runs on the competition machine, you're happy, and then otherwise everyone pushes it, hey, it crashes, and you're all looking at the code and say, oh no, don't worry. Well, you can still either upload a fixed version to scene.org as an upload directory, and it will be checked, and if it's okay, we'll replace the party version, or you can also submit a final as add-on. It's also for executable releases to make sure if it's already on PUID to add a separate link that there's a final version so everyone knows and can view it in full glory.
Even more extreme exceptions, okay? just to make it a bit more clean and complicated at the same time. So if your release is very promising, of course it's related to the organizers of that specific competitions, okay? So, and Frankie, who is the main comp organizer, okay? So they will make the decision. But it happened here in Revision that even they decided to switch competitions because one of the 64Ks were crashing. And so they switched 4K with 64K to give them time to fix it. And the whole 64K scene was sitting there in front of one computer and helped that specific team. So Jan mentioned that, yeah, we are opinionated and we are harsh if your production sucks. But we try to do this to motivate you, even if it doesn't look like. But, meantime, we are very helpful in the sense that, yeah, of course, if you need help with music or coding, or you have, out-of-memory error or something like that, segmentation fault, we will sit next together and help you fix it. You just have to call out loud, hey guys, I screwed up, I nearly finished, please help me. And it really did happen here in Revision. They switched to competitions just to be able to hand in a very good 64K.
Yeah. So we're a family. We help each other. It's more than a community. We are really a family. If someone struggles, especially if you have been working on a release for months and unknown to the scene, okay, he's working on that, and in the last minute you get compilers and don't see it anymore, ask for help, and we're glad to, and the people who know this will be very, very glad to help you, because we want to see awesome releases on the big screen. That's one of the reasons we are here. So don't hesitate to ask for help. Even if you're a complete beginner, if people are finished with their releases, many are already have already brought completed releases with them and are just here to party, and you ask around for help with their release or for inspiration, whatever. Talk to them; they are happy to help, and that's the main thing we want to tell you. Don't be afraid to ask. We're open here. We love you. Thanks for coming, and Moody wants to say something.
I have one more thing to add. Like lambdacore said before, there is no jury. You are the jury, you're voting on the entries. But I have to tell you one thing. I'm a compo organizer and I do the graphic compos. Especially in the photo competition and the modern graphics, we get really a lot of entries. So some of them will get cut because we don't have the time to show all of them. Please don't be discouraged if this happens. It's just an issue of time, and we have to make decisions on quality and everything, and please don't get discouraged if this happens. Yeah. It's just, in some compos, it happens because there are too many entries. Yeah. That's all I just wanted to add, don't forget that.
Yeah, that's called pre-selection.
And if by any chance your release got pre-selected at Revision, you can enter it on any other demo parties. I mean, we are lucky in Europe that nearly every weekend we have some party in, I don't know, in Estonia, Poland, Great Britain, Hungary. So all over Europe we have different demo parties. So pre-selection, especially when it comes to music, it's not an offense. You don't get it like that. Yeah. You can enter it elsewhere. I mean, really, it's we have a time-boxed event, and it's a very difficult task for these organizers to do this. I'm lucky I'm not in these kind of competition. I would hate to do that. So, but this is pretty much not against you.
Yeah. So, if you don't have any more questions right now, then thank you for your time. Thanks for being here, and we want to see awesome releases. Also, Moody is waiting with something. The behind-the-scenes tours will be announced. For the behind-the-scenes tours, we meet usually at the info desk, and someone is waving this flag thingy. It's this orange triangle flag. So if you see me, or usually me, running around with this, okay, it's a behind the scenes, so join us. Only one area is a little bit crowded, which is the Beam team. They have very limited space, so we limit the participants to around about 20. But we have offered 2 tours, so feel free to join the tours. We like to show you around in a controlled way, so that the usual party organization will not be disturbed. But we are open here. We want to show you. We don't have any secrets. So, with that said.
Yeah. Depending on when the opening starts, there seem to be delays because it should have started about a minute ago. Oh, by the way, delays are to be expected and they're a feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
That just happens too. We might start the tour now-ish or soonish in case it is delayed, and in case it's not, we will do this after the official opening. Yeah. Okay, so just meet again here, or where do we meet?
I think it's better here. If you would meet here.
Yeah.
And I guess Mowgli will do the short tour around the party place, because I will.
So try to find the Black Ninja.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot, and let's go to the opening.